Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's session of Fast in 5. I'm going to go through a few things first, and then we're going to get to the meat of it. But these are things that are really important. With the markets making new highs, and anybody that I've done a portfolio analysis for can attest to this, the insiders are taking advantage of these highs and selling. They're not creating this. So you as a normal guy see, oh, gee, the market's up, I'm going to stay in it. It's just about risk transfer. Do not be fooled. But any other questions on that, just call your precious metals consultant. Also, quickly, I want you to see how many of the US Treasury bonds are being liquidated by foreign governments. I personally believe that this is in anticipation of the shift in power at the IMF, and we'll talk more about this a little bit down the road, but take a look at that. Does that look good to you? And then finally, and then I'm going to get to India after this, but this news just came out. Oops, sorry about that. Now, we do know that there's been some pension stress over in Dallas, and you can see, here's one way to halt that run. Just eliminate your ability to do so. This is brand new news just coming out. This is a big deal. If you're counting on a pension fund and counting on flexibility, I don't know. If there's a run, you're not going to be able to. But what I really want to talk about really briefly today is what's been happening in India. And I'm actually think I'll do this one at a time. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so in early November, actually November 7th at midnight, the two largest bills in India were demonetized. In other words, they were declared no longer money. Fiat money, governments can declare it valid or declare it invalid. The population had 4 hours in which that money was still good after the announcement. So it was the 500 rupee note, which was worth about the equivalent of $7.50 here, or $7.50, and the 1,000 rupee note, which is the equivalent of about $15. Those were their two largest notes. They are no longer valid currency. The population has the ability, I should show you this, okay? So these signs are popping up all over the place. The population has the ability to convert some of it by December 30th. After that period of time, they can no longer convert. The amount that they're limited to, here they are, people rushing to try and convert, but the amount that they are limited to, there were also bank closures, bank holidays. ATM withdrawals are limited to $60 a day. Bank withdrawals are limited to the equivalent of $300 per week. This impacts 86% of all of the currency in circulation in India, 86%. Now, they can deposit those bills, but the most that you can deposit that you can get out in cash, so convert from the larger bills to the good bills, is the equivalent of $60. There are no limits on the amount of deposits, just the amount of withdrawals. However, if what you deposit seems abnormal to them, it's subject to a 200% penalty. So in this way, since we know that fiat money is based on debt, there will be a lot of these notes that will not be deposited, and therefore it's a windfall for the government. But why they're really doing this is to try and push people into the digital economy, because India is mostly based on cash and their greatest holding is in gold. That's typically how Indians attempt to hold gold. So this is about getting everybody in the system. Now, for many years, so if any of you want it, let us know. I have the report from the Royal Bank of India, or the Central Bank of India, on demonetizing or dematerializing gold. So that's their next target, which is actually gold. Now, they've gone into different jewelry shops, etc., but according to the the head of the finance. Now I'm going to have to read this, so we'll kind of share it together. But jewelry and ornaments to be, let's see, to the extent of 500 grams per married lady, 250 grams for unmarried women, and 100 grams for the men. And that comes directly from the finance minister
so 100
of India.
grams is about 3 ounces, right?
But yeah, I think so. Yeah, roughly 3 ounces of gold. So you still have to take into account, but they've been trying for years to get people to deposit their gold. Now they're being very, very aggressive. And by the way, India is also one of the first countries. They did this a few years ago, I think 2013, where they had their citizens go in and have iris scans for identity. So if you want to know what it looks like when a government is pushed to the edge, this is really what it looks like. They could just say the money's not good, and they can go in and they can confiscate. They don't need, they can just make any justification that they want for what they're doing, but we need to keep a close eye on this because this could be the blueprint that's going global. So that's it for today. I know it was a lot of information. If you have any questions, give us a call, subscribe to our Facebook page, see us on YouTube, come to the webinars. We're all here to be of service. Like us. Have a great day.